Huawei's smartphone division has had a great 2017 with an array of appealing smartphones, from premium devices like the Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro to budget-friendly Honor devices like the 7X. Even the mid-range market is not entirely unfamiliar to them, as they had a fairly successful Honor 8 Pro last year. But it looks like it's about time for a new player. The mid-range price bracket is undisputedly conquered by the OnePlus 5T right now. Well, the Honor View 10 is here to challenge that. The View 10 is a mid-range device from Honor, and on paper it looks like a very promising candidate. But how good is it really? Well, let's find out in this video, but before that, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do that, and also click that bell icon so that you get notified for the videos that we put out. Hey, this is Sri Hari from Mr. Phone, and this is a full review of the Honor View 10. Build quality on phones has been getting better and better, and the View 10 is a perfect example of that. It is extremely well built with smooth metal running all around the device. Precisely chiseled chamfers add to the premium feel, and the buttons feel satisfyingly tactile. This is all enhanced by the fact that it is blue. In today's world where it's easier to tell twins apart, this blue color really makes it stand out a bit. If I had to nitpick, then the only tiny issue I had with it is that it's too slippery. The metal on the back is way too smooth, and the big size means that it's not the easiest phone to handle. However, you do get a case inside, which helps a bit. The port situation on this thing is also quite reassuring, as we have a USB-C port along with a 3.5mm headphone jack. Up top, you've got a single microphone chilling alongside an IR blaster, which helps you control various appliances like your TV, AC, washing machine using just your phone. So all in all, Huawei has done a great job with the View 10, and there's only one thing that I have to say here.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet.
The View 10 has a remarkable 1080p display on the front too. It's very bright and produces vibrant colors. The near 6-inch panel sits at an aspect ratio of 18:9 and actually makes for a very good experience. I especially love the curves on all 4 corners of the display. It may not be very unique, but it sure looks good. Compared to the OnePlus 5T's display, this one does produce much better whites with equally convincing details and colors. The software obviously lets you choose between different color profiles or color temperatures, along with a separate eye comfort mode, and you can also set schedules for that. All things said, I think the View 10 is right up there with the OnePlus 5T to be one of the best 1080p displays on the market. Now, I'd usually begin this part in almost every video which has Honor, Xiaomi, Samsung or those 1000 other OEMs that don't run stock Android by saying that they are far inferior to stock Android. But a recent article on the Mr. Phone website has made me a little more sensitive to it. Please read that in the description below, it's a good read. The Honor View 10 runs EMUI and it is a good looking skin. It comes out of the box with no app drawer, but you do get the option to change that like I did. I don't like the app drawer or how the apps are laid out, but I do like the fact that you get Google Now screen on the leftmost page. The quick settings panel also looks good, plus it's black, so I enjoy the look of it. Going into the settings, we have a ton of options, but what I really appreciate is how nicely it's been packaged. While most of it is because of Android Oreo, I still appreciate Honor not tweaking it much. Going through the settings tab, I was happy to see that most of the extra features were actually quite useful. You get inbuilt ability to run dual versions of the same app, so you could be running 2 Facebook accounts or 2 WhatsApp accounts on the same phone. From Smart Auto Rotate that rotates the screen according to how your face is aligned, to Smart Stay that keeps the screen from turning off while you are looking at it. EMUI is a feature-packed OS, and if you are someone who isn't madly in love with stock Android, then I think you'll most probably enjoy your time with it. Next, we move to performance, and this is somewhere it blew my mind right off. The Kirin 970 chipset is a beast, and I felt it ever since I started using this phone. Surfing through the UI is silky smooth and apps load up as soon as you tap on them. Lags were never a thing and slowdowns are not to be seen for miles to come. For someone who wants to get the everyday work done, this thing is a beast. You can multitask like a pro, and that 6 gigs of RAM means that the View 10 is not gonna let you down. The performance felt extremely snappy, and the reason that I don't need to look at a benchmark score to tell you this is because I was using a OnePlus 5T before this and I don't feel a pinch of a difference in performance. Now when you do come back from work and you want to play a little bit, it's ready to transform into your gaming rig. It handles games with finesse, producing excellent frame rates, detailed graphics, and shows no signs of uncomfortable heating even after long gaming hours. The View 10 even has a separate gaming suite with gaming profiles and other features where you can choose not to be disturbed by notifications during gaming. This is a no compromise device when it comes to performance. From an everyday user to a heavy gamer, the View 10 will feel just right. Along with the CPU and the GPU, the Kirin 970 chipset also has an NPU or Neural Processing Unit. This is specifically built to handle all the AI needs of the View 10. And the View 10 has a ton of those features, like an intelligent screen recognition in the camera which automatically detects what's in front of the camera and changes the settings to suit the scene best. The lock screen also has a few AI features where it only lets you see the contents of the notifications if you are looking at it. The gaming suite also has AI intelligently adjusting the graphic features and functions for a better gaming experience. The View 10 also has voice controls which lets you unlock your phone and even answer or reject calls just using your voice. The smart screen auto rotate I talked about earlier and advanced AI translator powered by Microsoft Translator are all part of the ever so growing AI suite of the View 10. All these sound cool, but in practice, not so much. Most of them are still not working properly, and that added with the already present Google Assistant does create confusion. The software instability is also to be seen in certain apps. For example, in YouTube, when you're watching a video, you get this icon which is supposed to stretch it out for an 18:9 aspect ratio, but it just stretches out in a very weird manner, still keeping it 16:9. Our device is a pre-production unit, which means that the software is not final and almost all of it will be perfectly working by the time you buy it, but it still needs time to mature. The View 10 has a dual camera setup on the back and I have mixed feelings about it. It's not the typical setup where you have maybe a telephoto or a wide angle lens. The View 10 has two very similar lenses, a 20 megapixel monochrome sensor and a 16 megapixel color sensor. What this combination does is that it produces some amazing looking landscape pictures. The shots usually have great color while mostly staying away from those unnatural color boosts. The dynamic range is almost unmatchable, which kind of is what this camera is known for, and I had a lot of fun with it. There were obviously times when the pictures looked a bit too unnatural to me, which happened mostly when the subject is human. This might also be due to the fact that the AI in camera, which recognizes a human, enhances the settings accordingly, possibly firing up some kind of beautification. The various modes here are refreshing. We have a separate photo and video manual mode along with a true monochrome mode. There is HDR or high dynamic range, which usually makes the images look just a tad bit better, and a few gimmicky, not gonna use it more than once, modes like the artist mode and 3D panorama. There are a lot of cool features in the camera app too, for example a light painting mode as they're calling it, where you can easily create some cool looking images like this. The filter makes your pictures look good instantly, and the night mode helps in taking some great looking night pictures. The other side of camera settings has the usual resolution settings along with the ability to shoot in RAW. You also get assistive grid, audio controls like say cheese. Smile capture is also to be seen along with object tracking, which is where you can focus on an object and the camera will lock focus and exposure on the particular subject, no matter how you move or the subject moves. You can also enable the power button double press for camera shortcut. The front camera is 13 megapixels and it takes decent photos. The beautification is on by default, and I would love to have a little more detail considering that it's 13 megapixel, but yeah, decent it is. Finally, we have a 3750 mAh battery inside. The numbers certainly don't blow your mind, but I think for a phone this thin, they did a pretty good job. The battery life is actually quite good. In my usage, I never had to charge it before the end of the day. There were even times when it went straight for 36 hours without another charge. The battery life could be better, and that would obviously come with stability fixes. You also get several battery saving modes along with an option to change the resolution too. So the battery life in a nutshell will get you through a full day without a hiccup. Now when it does come to charging, the fast charger included in the box is insane. So you get a full charge within an hour. Even 15 minutes of charge will give you around 30 to 40%, which will last you almost a day. Summarizing the Honor View 10, we have a premium build quality, arguably one of the best 1080p displays, a feature-packed software experience with Android Oreo, unmatchable performance, unique artificial intelligence features, a capable camera and a battery that won't let you down. There are a few software instabilities that will hopefully not be present at the time you buy the device. The official pricing is again not out yet, but we expect it to be somewhere in the price range of Rs 30,000 to Rs 40,000, and at that price I think the View 10 is worth considering. So that was the Honor View 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. There's also a full review in article form in the description below, so please go ahead and read that if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for this one. This is Sri Hari from Mr. Phone, and I'll catch you in the next one.